I cannot think of a country that's been more blessed, in which our citizens have more of an opportunity to grow and thrive in the United States of America. And we are taking God's blessings and using them to promote really an atheistic, anti-Christian ideology. You are right. Right now, they are giving grants to nonprofit organizations around the world to promote atheism. And of course, I think people, for a variety of reasons, look up to the United States to a certain extent because of our material wealth, but they want to know what the secret is to America's success. And in essence, when we promote atheism, we are telling people in other countries that America's success is due to not believing in God. Now, of course, there are people who have their own reasons for being atheistic. And of course, the Marxists, Karl Marx was an active atheist. The communists, when they do take over countries, try to shut down the churches. So it is, that is where this influence is coming in the Biden administration. And I don't think enough people know that a goal right now of the Biden administration is abroad to tell people or to give money to people to promote atheism. Another thing that we're doing abroad is in June month, and in Wisconsin, we consider June Dairy Month, right. But there are apparently some congressmen who consider June Gay Month, and they were flying the gay flag over American embassies. So again, you can imagine if you're in a foreign country and you see the American embassy and you view it as representative of the American government, representative of hope America is to the world, and you see the gay flag, it's like, what's that? Well, apparently maybe that's the secret to America's wealth and prosperity. So this is just absolutely a horrible thing. Last week we had a bill pass the House. I don't think it will pass the Senate. Every Democrat voted for it, every one of them, requiring on the census or other government forms, surveys that are out there, people listing so-called sexual preference, which is repugnant. Can you imagine asking an 8-year-old child, what is your sexual preference? But that's what they want. I'm sure they want it to, break down any innocence that the children have. But every Democrat in the House of Representatives voted for it. And we have to ask what they had in their mind and why they are doing it and why the Democrat Party is so owned by the gay lobby that every single Democrat voted to say, yes, we think a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 10-year-old ought to be asked what their sexual preferences do, feel like a transgender, whatever. Which is just another example of the moral decline that's being encouraged by the government. There are other things I think you ought to be doing. We sent out a press release a while back with regard to the Super Bowl, a couple of Super Bowls ago. They had an entirely inappropriate program during the halftime. I think it's time the federal or the FCC step up and get some of this garbage off of the television, which is another huge problem. But morally, right now, the federal government is kind of acting to me as if the goal of the United States should be to run down Christianity and run down belief in God. And you got to remember, John Adams said that the American Constitution is built only for a moral and religious people. We will fail if we cease to be a moral and religious people. And I think that's why the kingpins of the Democrat Party are pushing this atheistic agenda, because they know America will fail if we cease to be a moral and religious nation. And that's why they're pushing in that direction.